everybody, welcome to Midtown Comics TV. I'm Jennifer Ewing.
And I'm Jose Ramos. And before we get started with this week's show, I kind of wanted to bring something up to you.
What?
It's nothing personal, just it's kind of personal. Alan's been working on this thing called the Greatest Hits of Midtown TV.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, except he's kind of literal about it.
What do you mean? Really?
Penguins are frickin' adorable.
And I'm not?
You weren't here! I'm just out saying.
Go. Get out. No speaking for you.
I think maybe you might have a problem with aggression and anger and the need to show those emotions physically. You hit, and maybe you should stop hitting Alan. There are lots of bruises, and it might be a problem with the hitting. Just maybe you should stop hitting people. You're gonna hit me, aren't you?
I don't know what they're talking about. Let's start the recommendation, shall we?
Mark Waid's Irredeemable 11. I can't believe we're already in issue 11, but the cover says so, so I have to believe it. This issue continues revelations about the Plutonian, as well as what his weakness is, how this knowledge was gained. A little risque, a little racy, a little interesting. The battle is still going ahead, there's a lot of chaos going on. Can the heroes actually defeat Tony? Check it out.
Blackest Night 7 of 8. This is the second to last issue of this series. This is DC's big event going on right now. It's going to influence everything that's happening in the upcoming year. And man, what an issue. From beginning to end, you get tie-ins from, if you've been reading every book that's been tying in, you get everything. If not, you still get a great issue. And the last page is to absolutely kill for.
Batman and Robin 9. This is concluding the three-part story of Dick Grayson attempting to resurrect Bruce Wayne. We, of course, have known since Final Crisis that this was not Bruce Wayne's body, and so chaos has ensued as crazy brain-damaged zombie Batman is now attacking Damian and Alfred. Meanwhile, Dick Grayson is trying to save Batwoman's life. This is a great story. It ties a lot of things together. It brings it back to Dick Grayson realizing that Tim Drake has been right this entire time. And there are definitely a lot of fun moments for you guys. Also, great banter between the Knight and Dick Grayson about what they used to think of each other when they were both sidekicks. Definitely check it out.
Deadpool issue 20. Another fantastic issue with Deadpool and Spider-Man. Deadpool is on the run from Hitmonkey, and Spider-Man has to save him. Or so we think. This is a wonderful issue. I was laughing the entire time. If you just want a great read, great action, hilarious dialogue, read this now.
Choker 1 of 6 by Ben McCool and Ben Templesmith. This is a hard-boiled, gritty noir thing, which Templesmith is really good at. It also tosses a nice little turn of mutated cops and criminals. You get vampires, guys with 5 heads, but it's got that really noir edge where it's still a huge downer the entire time. Really interesting protagonist, if you want to use that term. If you're into that gritty sort of book, I would definitely check that out this week.
Iron Man vs. Whiplash, issue 4. This is the final part of the miniseries. I know a bunch of you are thinking, oh, they're just doing this for the movie because they need the new Whiplash to be introduced before the movie comes out. No, there's actually a good story. In this issue, we finally get the idea of exactly what happened at the beginning of the story to frame Tony Stark for an attack on a Russian village. You find out some scary stuff that goes back to classic stories such as the Armor Wars. And we also now have a much more interesting take on Whiplash than the old guy ever was. I mean, let's face it, the old Whiplash, later Blacklash character, not cool. This guy, interesting. I hope we see more of him in the future.
Wonder Woman, issue 41. For those of you like me who've known of Wonder Woman and Power Girl but don't actually know either of them, this is a fantastic issue to start with. You not only get two of the most amazing women in comics fighting each other, you also get an interesting look into both their personalities and their relationship with one another. This is a fantastic issue and I highly recommend it. Fantastic art, great dialogue, and a really great insight into these two wonderful characters. Check it out this week.
Black Lantern Green Arrow number 30. Another Blackest Night tie-in. We're getting very close to the end of this series. This is a very nice tie-in. We get a personal perspective from Oliver Queen being possessed by one of the Black Rings. A lot of emotional moments, a lot of flashbacks, dealing with stuff that's happening right now. It's really good. I do suggest reading Blackest Night number 7 before you check this out. Not that it would spoil anything, but you do get a unique perspective from this if you have read it first. It's really good. Go check it out.
So this week, we're going to be talking about Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. Written by Dwayne McDuffie, this just came out. Animated feature. It's one of the many DCU animated features that have been coming out the past year or so. What did you think?
It was totally fun. I was telling you after we watched it that I'm not a big cartoon girl as much as I love comics.
As cool and layered and as adult as comic books can be, the translation to cartoons sometimes usually gets dumbed down, gets kiddified. Not the case with this. This was straight out of the comic book pages, it felt like.
I mean, you can vouch. I was laughing and getting all excited, and this is a fantastic film.
You've never read a Crime Syndicate story before.
No, I have not.
This was your intro to the Crime Syndicate.
It was.
Now, for those of you who don't know the Crime Syndicate, it's a group of characters that have been around for years. The basic idea is they're the Justice League from a parallel Earth, but evil. They were reintroduced in JLA Earth 2 by Grant Morrison as coming from the antimatter universe of Quard. Since then, the Crime Syndicate has also appeared in other stories, including Syndicate Rules by Kurt Busiek. Definitely check this and Earth 2 out. They are great stories that helped inspire Crisis on Two Earths. For me, this was really entertaining because I have read I think pretty much every Crime Syndicate story that's been out there.
Why am I not surprised?
And I'm a huge fan of parallel universe stories anyway. I like Twisted Evil Twins. I was a fan of Sliders for the first season. What's cool about this story is it goes in directions I did not expect. They discover that there are parallel Earths, the Crime Syndicate, and the usual thing that villains think when they find this out is we can conquer other worlds. Oh, cool. And it goes down that track for about 3 seconds, and then completely throws it into a new idea. Owlman's reaction to the notion of the multiverse is really frightening and really cool because it's understandable. And it just takes his character so much further than Batman if he were bad.
That's also what I liked about the film, is that they didn't go totally stereotypical, like, Batman is evil, so he would be like this. They actually were their own characters, and there was enough of a departure from Wonder Woman, from Batman, from Superman, that they weren't predictable.
Well, I think the voice casting also helped with that. The fact that in a lot of cartoons and TV shows, when you have the evil double, you just have the same actor portray both parts. Here, no. You have William Baldwin being Batman, but then James Woods being Owlman. It really emphasized this is a different person. Seriously, check out Crisis on Two Earths. This was a great movie. And you don't need to know anything about comics other than just who Batman and Superman are to understand the story.
Hey, Alan! I just wanted to say that I saw your greatest hits, and I wanted to apologize for all the violence that I've wreaked upon you lately. So I'm sorry. Okay? Yeah. Keep it real, dude. Bye, guys!
Well, that's it for Midtown Comics TV this week. Be sure to check us out on comicmix.com and the YouTube channel Crazy Sexy Geek Series. Also listen to Thor and Demetrius's podcast every week. MidtownComics.com. We'll catch you on the flip side. We have Band-Aids. Band-Aids. Ice. Ice. Anyone?